Hello and welcome to the British Dapper, and today we're talking to Emma Willis about style for soldiers. So you join me today in my lounge, and in today's video we're talking to Emma Willis about Style for Soldiers. Now, Style for Soldiers is a charity that she created specifically to help injured military veterans on their return to civilian life, and it's a charity that's very close to my own heart. As many of you may know, I served in the army for 14 years and I retired at the rank of sergeant, and my regiment has sustained injuries and losses in various campaigns that we've been involved in, and you could argue that a unit is very much like a family. So when these things happen, even if you've retired from the forces, your unit's still your regiment, your band of brothers, and so even though you've retired, you still have that connection with those people. And some of the people that my regiment has lost over the years, I trained. I was involved in their development. I was part of their career path. So I do feel an element of responsibility, and also feel saddened for our losses. But this charity is something that I really want to celebrate. It's very dear to my own heart, as I said, and Emma continues to work with the charity, develop the charity, and I think it's something that should be commended. So I think you'll enjoy the story, and I hope you enjoy the video. So today I'm joined by the lovely Emma Willis MBE, and we're talking about something that's dear to my heart as an ex-forces, and that is Style for Soldiers, a charity formed by Emma. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to have this interview with you. So if you could maybe give us a little bit of an overview of how you decided to start the charity and what actually took place in that process.
It began, I heard in 2008, a program on Radio 4 documentary, and it was interviewing two young injured soldiers in the military rehabilitation hospital. And I was terribly moved by their interviews. They were so courageous that they were obviously very young. One had lost both his legs, one had lost his vision, and the only fear they showed was losing their jobs as a result of their injury. And I was so moved and upset to think of how on earth these young people were going to go out into the world again and start new careers at such a young age with such life-changing injuries. And I wanted to do something, and I thought about it and I couldn't get it out of my head. And then about a week later, I thought, well, I can go and make shirts for them. I could go to the hospital, and I've made bespoke shirts to fit anybody. So I can go there, and that's what I determined to do. And actually, I that's how it all began.
Oh, lovely. So on the side of the charity, I mean, obviously, we see a lot of people that have sustained substantial injuries through conflicts, and it's not something that's going to go away. So I'm assuming the charity is growing all the time and continues to raise funds for this process.
Yes, we are continuing to raise funds, absolutely, because it's what I've done at the moment, because I have an address book of over 500 injured service men and women, who I'm now invite to reunions. They've become the most important thing. It started with clothing to help with new careers. That was M&S gave hundreds of suits, Reiss gave hundreds of suits, Russell and Bromley hundreds of shoes, lots of hats. They used to come to the hospital with me too. And so but I realized that the need to get together when post-medical discharge was the most important thing. And through the reunions, which we give 3 now a year, we could spread, we could offer this to many more people all at the same time, rather than just dressing individuals, which is how it began. So actually, we raise money for these reunions. We have the summer dinner, which is in a couple of weeks, which we're all hotting up for now. We provide hotels for everybody to come with their partners. It's very important, the support of partners as well, who often can act as carers or have to give up their jobs. And there's just phenomenal support there. And either side, the servicemen want their partners, and servicewomen want their partners recognised. So involving them now is important. And we have a family day, which is at Woburn Safari Park. And that's bringing all the children together. We're about to have our 8th this summer. And then we have a big Christmas party. And I think this is about our 12th Christmas party in London. So that's what we raise money for. And as I said, at each event, we pay for their hotel and for them, for their partner and their children.
Now, I'm aware that King Charles is very keen to support the actual programme, the actual charity, and he has attended a few of the occasions, has he not?
Yes, we were very, very honoured. The King came to our reunion in Spencer House, which is near here, and met over 100 injured service personnel and their partners. And then it was just before Christmas, and then spoke, and His Majesty gave the most wonderful Christmas speech to everybody there. And so yes, that was the greatest honour. The charity, His Majesty used to visit Headley Court all the time, so many of them had met the King before, and often the first person they saw when they came to from their operations. I heard that on more than one occasion.
Yeah, it's lovely to see that support coming from that level for a charity. And I understand that you created ebony walking sticks with a silver collar on it.
That's right, yes, absolutely. Yeah. So I found that they took such pride in their appearance, and that's the military. So I was finding that there were a lot of them who had to use had an NHS walking stick. They didn't like that. It made them feel old. Made them feel. It made them feel. So I wanted to design something that looked stylish and that could be just looked at as an accessory. So designed a ebony walking stick, black with a buffalo horn handle, which you can mould very well into an orthopedic shape depending on the injury, and then a silver band. And I was talking to one of the servicemen about the idea, and he was looking all excited. He used the walking stick and he hated using it, and so we were talking about it. And then he suggested, I said we could engrave your initials on the silver band, and he said, and regiment. And so I said, well, of course. So we did that. But when I was at the hospital, I'd ask people their regiments, and just once I started to get a little bit more familiar with the regiments. But somebody said EFC, and I thought, I said, I haven't come across that regiment yet. Which is that one? Is it Everton Football Club? So so we did that. That's fine.
So this charity's going from strength to strength, and I believe you were honoured with an MBE as a result of your participation in founding the charity and your ongoing works.
Yes, because I think I was officially, it was for entrepreneurship, with my factory, my contribution to manufacturing and entrepreneurship. But I have to say, when I received my honour from the Prince of Wales, the now Prince of Wales, the first thing he said was, I hear about your wonderful charity, Emma, so I'm not sure whether perhaps that's really why I got it.
Yeah. And the factory, it's going well. And do you employ ex-forces as a...
No, I haven't. I haven't, because in Gloucester, where I am, there is just so many young people wanting to come into our business. So I've done that as a separate thing, and actually also employed 3 refugees. So again, results of war, people affected by war. But we have a Syrian refugee, incredibly talented man. We have a wonderful Ukrainian teenager now. She's actually just 20, Yulia, and also a wonderful lady from Hong Kong. So that's the way. That's
lovely to hear. Lovely to hear. Well, thank you very much for your time, and hope you go from strength to strength.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe, then please feel free to do so. We have a Buy Me a Coffee page, so if you'd like to make a contribution to the channel, then please feel free to do so. We also love constructive comments, so if you'd like to make some, jot them down below. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. And if you've got a question you'd like to pose to us, or you'd like an answer to, then why not jot it down? We'll try and answer your question for you. We also like ideas for future videos, so if you want to make a contribution and make a suggestion about future content, then please, again, jot it in the notes below and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. The next video could be something that you've recommended or suggested. So until next time, take care.